It's your boy Juice Weston, and I'm back with another video. I know I told you guys I'll be back Monday, but me and one of my guys was having a conversation about something, and he brought a topic to my attention. And as we started going through it, I started feeling really slated by it. And that's the case of the situation of Mr. Philando Castile. If y'all not familiar with Philando Castile, he was a guy who was shot on Facebook Live, and his daughter was there. His girlfriend recorded it, and that was last year around, I want to say July 4th or July 5th, one of those days. But he was shot and killed by a police officer, Officer Jeronimo Yanez, and basically Philando Castile was in the car with his girlfriend and his child, and from dialogue prior to the dash cam being released, all that was seen was he was bleeding. He was shot 4 times, and it was a simple traffic stop where Mr. Philando told the officer that he had a firearm, and he told him very calmly he was a law-abiding citizen. But Mr. Jeronimo Yanez then opened fire on him and ended up killing him. But recently, Mr. Yanez went on to trial, and he was initially charged with manslaughter, but of course he went through the court system and he went on to trial, which he was defined not guilty. And then right after that, that's when the dash cam video was then released from the cop car, which shows where Mr. Philando, and also the audio, you can hear it where he says, "I have a firearm," and then that's when the cop panics. It's a real touchy subject. It's a real touchy subject due to I want to say a double-edged sword. For one, it's Mr. Castillo just being in that situation to be shot that day. He wasn't doing anything wrong, law-abiding citizen. It's not against the law to have a firearm in your car. It's not against the law to have a firearm as a civilian. So it's distasteful to see that he told the cop calmly, and it wasn't in a shootout. There wasn't in like an abrasive, abusive conversation. He just told him I have a firearm in the car, and then that's when the guy panicked and shot him. So that's where you kind of see the plight of the African American, like bleeding right there. You know what I'm saying? You see it in broad daylight. It's not against the law to have a firearm as an American, but if a black guy say I have a firearm in the car, the cop automatically tends to take this notion to where it's an abusive situation. He may be shot and he panics when he could just be a guy just riding around with a gun as an American. So that's already one side that's terrible. The other side of the sword is just the court system. They saw the Facebook Live footage where the guy, just sitting in the car with his family, and the daughter's in the car crying, and the girlfriend. And then also they see the dash cam footage where you could hear the audio as well, where he's saying, I have a firearm in the car, officer, and then you see the panic happen in the shooting. But for them to see that, and to see it was no kind of abusive or confrontational matter, and this guy open fire, and to acquit him, it also shows the plight on that end as well. So you kind of see where the injustice is coming from law enforcement, and then they're being supported by the court system. So it's kind of like this terrible situation where this is one of those cases where it's like broad daylight, where you can see it. You can clearly see where the divide is between African Americans and when it comes to law enforcement in the court system. Like this is one of those subjects where I can rant on and on and on about, but it's a double-edged, terrible, negative sword. We can't win with the cops, and we can't win in the court systems either. So it's like it's like we're being forced into a corner, or being forced into a position to where we have no backbone. We can be treated any kind of way when it comes to some type of superior, I guess, or some type of authority. They can kill us right there and then go home and sleep at night, and get acquitted when this guy did nothing wrong besides being an American with a firearm. So, like I said, I don't want to rant about it. I want to go on and on, but this is something that touched me because I have a child. And I know a lot of you guys have children, and if I know that just to know that his child saw that is distasteful, and then also to know that there was no justice done. There was no justice done, even though nothing could bring him back, which is already a terrible, terrible deed done to him. But at least if someone can get some closure or someone can get some understanding, it can be some type of mending process to move forward. But to see this is distasteful and unclassy to me. Is terrible. It's terrible judgment. It's terrible everything. It's obvious the guy wasn't combative or wasn't trying to lead the vehicle, wasn't trying to do anything besides he just told him I have a firearm. He could have not said anything at all, but he said I have a firearm to be to take the initiative, So I'm at a loss of words. I hope you guys I hope you guys can give me something. But I'm just feeling right now that in America, it's hard to be an African American dealing with law enforcement. And at any point, anybody can be stopped. Anybody can go through a routine traffic check, and we can be put in the same situation, and it's pretty scary. It's pretty alarming. It's pretty alarming. That's the word. It's pretty alarming. So, you guys let me know what you think. Prayers to the Castile family and to the little girl and to the girlfriend. I know it's a terrible situation, but I just hope we can overcome this stage and it can get to a point where we can have dialogue about it, or have action towards fixing this issue. But I had to speak on this. It touched me when I went back and started researching everything. I just seen how terrible it was and how divisive it could be, how divisive this situation could turn into. But like I said, I don't want to rant about it. You guys let me know. We can talk about it in the comments. But it's your boy Juice Weston. Fly Jock out.